Hey folks, today I want to talk about another compact super zoom camera. This time it's a camera from Panasonic. It's called Lumix FZ82 or FZ80, depending what part of the world you live in. Like all the super zoom cameras, it has a very small, less than half-inch sensor with a crop factor of 5.6, but that allows manufacturer to put a massive equivalent focal length, which is 1200 millimeters in that case, which in the outdoors use can be quite helpful because it allows you to get close to your subjects, your birds or foxes or whatever you have you. So now let's talk about how the camera performs and how it is in day-to-day use. It's a cheap camera. You can buy it for less than 300 euro, and boy, it feels. The plastic quality is very poor on it. It's quite plasticky and cheap, and it's really not fun to use. The build quality is also not great. It's not well put together. Like here, you hear that? This is the buttons on the back. So yeah, that's not great. It feels like a kind of kid's camera a little bit. The viewfinder, the quality of the viewfinder is absolute garbage. That viewfinder is not usable. It's very small, very poor resolution. You can't see anything in a good light. You can't see anything in a bad light. The light needs to be just right so you actually can see anything. It has a quite large and nice touch screen. So clearly manufacturer envisaged you to use mainly that screen to taking your photos like that, because the viewfinder is just useless. Especially that the screen, even if you have a special button to flip between the screen and the viewfinder, but even if you choose to use the viewfinder, the touch function on the screen is still active. So when you put your camera to use the viewfinder, you put your camera to your eye, you may touch the screen with your nose or something, and that activates function. So then you need to go back and change it back in. It's just a mess. So to be honest, I don't know why Panasonic even bothered to put a viewfinder on that camera. Clearly you should be using a screen, which with that huge zoom range, 60 times zoom range, is, it's quite hard to take a photo, because if you're using viewfinder, you kind of stabilizing the camera by pressing the camera against your body. Well, in that case you won't, so I guess you need to use a tripod. So it does have a hot shoe, so it allows you to use external flashlight, but I guess I'm talking about the outdoors use, so that's not particularly useful. It doesn't have a microphone port, so you're not gonna make any other use out of that hot shoe. Now the quality of the video, it makes a quite decent quality video. However, it doesn't have that screen is not articulated in any way. So if you're planning to shoot the videos like that and be behind the camera, it's great. It has a decent video quality. If you want to use that camera for YouTube videos or vlogging or anything like that, you don't see what you're doing. And yes, it does have HDMI port, but that HDMI signal is sent to your external screen only in play mode, when you want to look at the photos and look at the videos. As soon as you flip the camera into photos taking or video taking mode, the HDMI signal is cut off, so you can't use external screen either. So not much use for vlogging, for example, out of that camera. If you want to be behind the camera and film something, yes, the quality of the video is quite good. As far as the quality of the photos goes, it has an 18 megapixel sensor, but again, that's probably not that relevant since it's a 5.6 crop factor. The photos are quite grainy. If you zoom in, they're quite grainy and there's a lot of noise. If you're taking a photo like in any other compact camera, that's fine. It will produce like okay photographs. But if you're gonna use that focal length, if you want to use that zoom, get close to your subject, and then you're cropping and you're zooming in, you'll see a lot of noise and a lot of grainy kind of pictures. So you will need to put a lot of work in your editing software to smooth it out and get a better quality photo. So overall, I guess you get what you paid for. It's a not impressive compact camera with a huge zoom range that allows you to get too close to your subject. So if you're happy with the quality of the photos that you're getting from your regular compact cameras, but you want that extra edge so you can zoom in and get closer to your subject, then that might be very good, cheap, budget choice for you. as soon as you can get over the kind of cheapy kind of feel to the whole camera, and you're not intending to use the viewfinder. Otherwise, I would recommend to look elsewhere. One thing that comes to mind, there's an offer on a similar price from Sony, and you might say that the Sony has only 50 times zoom, while this has 60 times zoom, but actually it's only zoom. The equivalent focal length of Sony offering is exactly the same, 1200 millimeters, like in this one. So in terms of how close you can get to your subject, whether it's 60 or 50 times zoom, it doesn't matter. The equivalent focal length is what matters, and there are similarly priced offers on the market with the equivalent focal length like this one, which are maybe not cheaper, but perhaps its build quality is a little bit better. So that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, because more content like that is coming, and until the next time.